Okay, folks, email marketing. Let me break this down one more time. Let's talk about it. So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome into this edition of In the Booth with Earl Hall. It's been a whirlwind week for me here inside of Earl Hall Studio. What's up, Steve-O? What's up, Ben? C in the house, right on time. Look, email marketing. What is so ironic is there's been a couple of posts in the Facebook group for Steps to Voiceover Success. I got an email this morning. Good morning, Andrea. Glad to see you in the house. I got an email this morning from, I can't remember. Will Stoss, Will, sent me an email this morning, talking about, some of the posts that were coming up in the group, on Facebook. And it was just ironic because I was going to do this, little talk here today with you guys about email marketing. Where do I start with this? Because there's so many different caveats to this. There's so many different things that have to occur with email marketing, and it's kind of strange. Let me turn my phone off once again so it doesn't start dinging. Email marketing is a strategy, just like social media marketing, just like freelance marketing or P2P, strategies that you have to acquire work. I think, and this is my opinion, does not apply to everyone, but it does apply to a good majority. I can say that. What's up, Ryan? Glad to see you in the house. Voices by Storm. Good morning to you. So many folks are looking for, and you've heard me talk about an easy button to press in order to start acquiring voiceover work. It's not easy. You've literally heard me say, if you're not in this or not willing to put in some serious hard work for 3 to 5 years, then quit today. Now, I understand frustration. I understand that people want to hurry up and get clients, but I'm sorry, it just does not happen that way. And in particular, when we're talking about email marketing. And let me break this down for you when it comes to email marketing. What I first want you to do is face the camera. Basically, look in the mirror. We each, you included, what's up, Lenny? We get a ton of email a day. Tons of emails. From people selling us this that have nothing to do with us. People selling us that actually have something to do with us. That actually we are the target market for that person selling what they're selling, whether it's a microphone, a piece of gear, some software, whatever. How many emails do you respond to that you get from a salesperson? How many emails do you actually respond to, even if you like what you see? You're just not at a point that you're ready to buy. Now, when you're sending out an email, guess what? You're a salesperson. The same actions that you take are the same actions that the people that we're trying to send email to take. Same psychology, everything. Just because, and I'm done with people trying to come up with templates. I think they're ridiculous. Templates of emails to send. And people selling email templates. I've seen that too. There is no set of words that you're going to string together that are going to make someone take an action they're not ready to take. Yourself included. It's not going to happen. You've got to look at your own actions on how you react to emails. Because it's how we all react to emails. I get, just like you, tons of emails a day. I probably get more than you actually. And all we do, we're headline readers. That's what we've become. We've become headline readers. And what I'm talking about is the subject line, whatever's in the subject line. If it hits you and you're ready to hear about it because it's just the right time and someone caught you at just the right moment with the headline that made sense to you, not some slick sales pitch, but a headline or subject line that just made sense. And then you wanted to investigate further. You've got to realize that people that we send emails to, they're not companies. They're not organizations. They're people. It is a person that is getting your email. That's why templates don't work, because we all are sick to death of a template. Now this is me. I don't know how you are, but when I get an email, if I happen to open it and I see it, it's like you instantly know it's a templated email. You instantly know that it's a template. The thing about email marketing, what's up, Titus? What's up, everyone that's coming in? The thing about email marketing is this. There's a couple of different levels to it. There is the cheap level. And here and again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this until the cows come home. You are not going to build a voiceover business being cheap. You are not going to build a voiceover business trying to do it on the free. It's not going to happen. You will have to invest time and money to build your business. If there is no business out here that you know of that people did not have to invest time and money, does not come on the free. If you're not ready yet, you're just not ready yet. It's just that simple. Now, the cheap side of this, I've shared what we so affectionately are calling the mail shake strategy. The mail shake strategy is cheap. I've said over and over, the mail shake strategy is a strategy that has to run in the background. It's not something that's going to give you results in under 90 or more days if you do it consistently. The reason why the mail shake strategy works for some and doesn't work for others, it's a toss of the coin. Period. It's a toss of the coin. There's no rhyme or reason. The only thing that matters, the only thing, and especially with email, is that you've caught the person at just the right moment. That's it. You've caught the person at just the right moment and they respond. People, let's see what, is Ben Wake in the house? Ben Wake got a major football voiceover job through Mailshake, through the Mailshake strategy. Other countless people have gotten results and clients from the Mailshake strategy. No rhyme or reason. They just happen to send out, and this is it. They just happen to catch the person at the right moment. Because that's a person we're responding, or that's a person we're trying to communicate with, just like with you. Their responses are going to be the same as any of us when it comes to opening an email or taking action on an email. The Mailshake strategy also requires, and all email strategies, but require a list. The Mailshake strategy, which is on the website, by the way, steps to voiceoversuccess.com. It's free. It's there. So you can see it and learn about it. So this requires a list. So I gave away my contacts on Fiverr in order to get a list. You can get a list of 1,000 names and email address, not names, businesses and email addresses for about $40. In that email, and this is cheap, $40 is cheap. This is not a lot of money. This is nothing. And that's why, again, it's hit or miss. Because in those email lists that you get off of Fiverr through people that will data mine for you, what you will get is a list of 1,000 companies, phone numbers, addresses, and email addresses. Some of them will not work because they're dead. The email address is dead. Hopefully not the person. You'll get companies that make no sense. Like I use the Mailshake strategy, and I always have it running in the background. I'm using it right now for a more targeted list that I got on my own. But I use the Mailshake strategy, and I use the term with my data miner. I want all the video production. I want 1,000 email addresses for video production. Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, whatever, Oklahoma. States that kind of touch. I'll get that email list. I never, ever look at it. I pop it in and I let it run. I know some of those emails don't work. I know that some of those emails have nothing to do actually with what I want it to do with. Because when you order a list of video production, and many of you can testify, guess what kind of emails some of them are going to come up with? You're going to get Blockbuster in there. And Blockbuster isn't even around. Again, this is a cheap way to go. It's hit or miss. But every once in a while, you get a hit. That's why it's a strategy that I run in the background. It's not a strategy I rely on or I necessarily expect a lot from, but it's valuable to me. But if you're looking to get some amazing results, and this is where I think a lot of people have to shift their mindset. The shift that needs to occur is that because you're not getting any results right now, doesn't mean you never will. Because you don't fail until you quit. Period. The other thing is that when you're trying to do things on the cheap, they don't work as well as other strategies that I teach. That's why I'm teaching the strategy on LinkedIn on a webinar this weekend. Links in the description if you want to come, to show you strategies that work a lot better. People want instantaneous results, and there's no such thing. There's just not. You're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to dig in, and you're going to have to commit. But if you're wondering why people aren't responding to your emails, let me give you this little tip. It's not because you used the wrong template. When you send out an email, especially like in Mailshake or whatever, then you need to just write an email like you're writing a letter to your brother, your mom, your dad, your best friend. Don't get all fancy smancy pants on the email. Don't give your entire history of what you've done in Voiceover and, you've got a great microphone and a great recording space. Don't go off into that. An initial email that you send to anyone just needs to be an introduction and an offer to help if you can. Nothing more. Because if you write it the other way and it's too long, if it's more than 2 paragraphs, it's too long. You need to chop it up and cut it up and shorten it. Now, the ways that email marketing works better is if you don't hire someone off of Fiverr to do data mining for you, but you buy an actual list of who it is and what it is that you want. You're going to pay for that. There's only two things you can do. You're going to pay at least $500 for a good list. You're going to, or you can do the research yourself, go online, dig in, and get the emails yourself from specific people and companies that you want to connect with. Doing things on the cheap, you get what you pay for. But every now and then you get lucky. I'm looking at Ben here saying, yep, laugh out loud, wedding videos, vids, yeah, DVD businesses, all of that. That's what you're going to get. Let me go back up here a bit. Okay. Yeah, it's great when it happens, Ben. Yep, nothing more than right time, right place. Good morning, Jack. Free Norman Mike from Earl Hall Studios. Heck, I would click on that email. Now, I'll give you this little tip. If you have not checked out my strategy for email marketing, when it comes to subject lines, people are always trying to come up with something slick and fancy, and you don't need it, because an email, if someone's going to open it, it's binary. It's yes or no. It's A or B, or not A or B, but it's yes or no. It's just binary. They're either going to open it or they're not. So in the subject lines that I've used successfully, male voiceover talent. That was the subject line. The other subject line was, do you hire voice actors? Do you hire voice actors probably gave me the most bang for my buck, because it is binary. It's a question. They either do or they don't. If they do, they'll open it. Maybe. They might look at it next month. Some people may look at your email, not respond, but hold on to it because they've got something coming, but they don't want to talk to you yet because they don't want to be sold until they're ready to be sold. There's a lot of human actions that take place that way. So when you're looking to use an email strategy, which, by the way, email is how I pretty much built what it is that I built. But I can tell you this, it's less and less now. Email responses are less and less now because we're living in a faster age than email. Email, I'm looking at as more as a communication device for people that I already do business with. But where we are and where we're going, it's social media. It's understanding how to market on social media. That's why this webinar that I'm going to be doing on Sunday is so vitally important. I'm going to be sharing things I've never shared before. I'm living on LinkedIn right now. I'm living on LinkedIn because, as I said yesterday, it's where all of our clients are. They're all there. Facebook, Twitter, all that other stuff, is for family and friends a lot of times. Yes, you can do business on these platforms. But LinkedIn is the only pure business social media platform. People expect to do business there. If you want to come to the webinar, link is in the description. And it's on the homepage of the website for stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Now, there has to be several things in play in order for you to win at this thing called voiceover. And I've got to go back to this. When I talk about, and maybe I need to define this, because when I talk about hard work, and people say, well, I'd rather work smart than hard, forget you. I work smart and hard. I still lose sleep. Literally this weekend, I hit the wall. Saturday, I hit the wall. I push and push and push and push because I have a business to build. I came in Saturday morning and I worked 7 days. I haven't had a day off since, I don't know when really. I did the webinar on Sunday, so I was here all day on Sunday preparing for that. But Saturday I went home. Said, I'm just going to lay down for a minute. I was supposed to talk to JC, my production guy, and I laid down at 1:30, and my eyes didn't open up until 2 a.m. I hit the wall. I hit the wall. My wife didn't even wake me or move me. I was literally fully dressed. And my wife just let me sleep. She didn't wake me up. She didn't bother me. Nothing. She just said, that brother needs some sleep. And so that'll happen. Let me take a look here. What's going on in the chat? Yeah, Ben is saying keep it short, and if you get a response of more than 10%, you're doing well. Yeah, that's about right. A 10% response. Actually, that's a bit high. Because let's say we're dealing with 1,000, then that means a 10% response would be 100, right? So you probably are looking at more like a 5% response rate, which is great for email marketing. Literally 1 to 5%, you're crushing it. The thing that most people don't understand or realize how to do is like, there's a couple of different responses that you're going to get from your email. No response at all. Hey, we're going to keep you on file. No, we don't do that. Hey, I got a project right now. What do you charge for this? Now, when you get a response like, hey, we'll keep you on file, you immediately send an email back. Hey, thanks for your response. Is it okay if I connect with you or contact you in about 30 days or so? Literally, most people respond back and say, sure, no problem. If they're interested. But that's usually how it goes. Mage is saying, yeah, 3% is normal. And you know, normal for you might be different than for someone else. Because we're talking about people that are actively working this strategy and actively doing it. And paying attention to it. Because what you pay attention to will grow. And I can attest to that with all the stuff that I'm doing on LinkedIn at this point. But 3%, you're successful at 3%. That means, and as I say all the time, no matter what strategy you're using, even if you're just auditioning every day, it's a numbers game. And if you don't have those numbers up, if those numbers aren't big, you've got to do way freaking more than anyone else is willing to do. It's that simple. You have got to be willing to do more. You've got to be willing to do, okay, I can do 10 more auditions. Okay, I can do 5 more. Whatever it is, you've got to be willing to do more than anyone else. Oh my gosh, case in point. The reason why my YouTube channel continues to grow at 300 people per month is because I'm on every day. I'm willing to do this. And it's not even a willing thing. I love doing this. But there's no other VO coach out there that's doing this, and no one that will. That's why in the end, I'm going to beat them all. And I'm not talking about destroying them or something like that. Just purely numbers. I will be, right now we're at 2,700 something. Probably in the next 2 weeks, I'll be at 3,000. By the end of the summer, I'll be at 10,000. Because I'm willing to do the work. I have to come up with topics every single day. And that's not hard for me to come up with topics. It's really not. And things to talk about. You guys make it super easy. But if you're not willing to do more than your competition, you're not going to win. If you're not willing to go harder, to spend more money, to invest more time, and to be more creative and unique. It's the only thing that matters. You've got to be willing to go harder than anyone else is willing to go. That's how you're going to build your business. So if you want to talk about working smart and you're sitting around doing research, trying to figure this and out and all this and that, done is better than perfect. Has anyone heard me say that before? Done is better than perfect. You better believe that it is, because while everybody is sitting around trying to figure it out and trying to get the right camera angles and trying to get the right words and trying to get the right pictures and all this and that, just do. It only matters that you're doing, not that you're preparing or thinking about it or all of that. Do you know how many people I've talked to? It is May. This is May 1st. Do you know how many people I've talked to this year? Yarrow, I'm going to start that YouTube channel. Yarrow, I'm going to start that blog. Yarrow, I'm going to dig in and I'm going to do. Some of them did, and they stopped, and they're nowhere to be found anymore. Some of them were just selling wolf tickets and haven't done jack crap yet. In 5 months. In 5 months, you couldn't make a YouTube video a week. In 5 months, you couldn't write a blog a week. In 5 months, you couldn't snap a picture and put a nice quote on it and put it on Instagram. You ain't about this life. I'm sorry. You are not about this life, because the only thing that matters with the further we go into the future, the only thing that is going to matter is your social media cred. Period. It's your social media cred that's going to matter. You can say it's not. You can continue to live in the past about how voiceover used to be. You can start being one of those complainers about, oh, well, all these new people are coming in and they're taking out. You can do all of that, but it's not going to change the facts. It's not going to change the fact that technology is taken over. Social media is important. Remember when we used to say social media was a fad? Social media is important. And most of you don't get it yet. This webinar that I'm doing on LinkedIn will open your eyes in a way that I have not been able to open them before. If you're stuck struggling, you're not growing the way that you want to grow, and you're willing to literally do the work, you need to be on the webinar. That's all I got to say on that one. All right, so we're about ready to end here. Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask the bald head dude this morning? All right, Ben Wake said, posted my first blog post yesterday and sorted my Instagram pics the last couple of weeks. Laugh out loud. Okay, Ben wants to say he's doing something. Outstanding, Ben. I love that. But it's like... And here's the thing, I'll give you some tips on this as well. I do this broadcast Monday through Friday. And the thing about this broadcast is that it covers so much of the content that I need to produce. What I mean by that, you guys, if you're following me on Instagram, you see the short little 1-minute clips that I do. My intern, by the way, I don't have my intern anymore. He graduated. He graduates this weekend. I talked to him this morning. We're going to be doing some other stuff together, but he's not going to be making my little 1-minute clips that I put on Instagram anymore. But he's sending me over all this stuff. But I'll get someone else to do that. Those 1-minute clips that you see on Instagram come from these YouTube videos. He goes or was going through. I've got 278, 79 videos at this point that I've created in the past year. I've created 279 videos in a year. Less than. And you can't make one? Anyway. So he goes through, watches the videos, takes out some important clips, makes them into a 1-minute piece and a 1-minute video, and I post it up. He'll grab 3 to 4 clips out of each video that I have made. And that's content. That is content. Also, I've got a guy on Fiverr. When I have the inkling, I will send him the audio from a video. He will transcribe that, and that's a blog. So for making one YouTube video, you can create 3, 4 mini clips to post across social media that will lead them back to back to wherever you want to lead them to. You can transcribe that, make that into a blog. You could take images from the YouTube video and put little quotes on it. And I'm seeing people steal my quotes, which I don't care. But I see people steal my quotes. I know I said that. No one else says that. But anyway, that's what the content production is so important. It is so important. All right. Brad saying social media comments are spot on. Let's see. Ben. Yep. Pillar content infractions. Yep. Steve-O, 10K. Then I will just be another text monkey here in the chat. No longer Steve. Instead, I will just be a number. Laugh out loud. Mage is saying it's amazing how much time social media eats. There has to be a quicker way. Earl should cover that with tools. No. Mage, it's the wrong way to look at it. And people say this all the time. I personally said that. It just takes too much time to do all this stuff. It's a part of the work that needs to be done to build your business. That's the mindset. I had to get out of the mindset of, oh, it takes too long. I got to do this. I got to do that. If I don't do it, my business falls. That's how we have to look at social media. If you're playing on social media, doing this and that, I mean, complaining on social media, talking about what you ate for lunch, nobody gives a rip. You're building a business here. This is a tool. This is a tool on your utility belt, Batman, that you have to use. You have to use the tool. It's not too much work. It is the work. All right. Ben, no, Steve-O, we will remember the ones here in the beginning. I always will. You better believe. Steve-O saying, you just made a YouTube channel. You did? Steve-O, I'm going to go look at your YouTube channel. If you're not making videos every week, I'm going to call you out. All right. Mage, well, this is the digital age, Steve-O. You will be ones and zero. All right, you guys are funny. Look, guys, this has been fun. I have an appointment coming up at 11. Actually, a voice actor here in Milwaukee called me on my way into the office this morning. And so I invited him up. Come on up. Let's have a chat. And so he's going to be here in 30 minutes. He's probably sitting out in the lobby already. At least I would be. I'm always early to events or appointments. I never want to be late. So, you guys, this has been fun. I'm going to be back here for you guys on tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And I think that's it for this week. Mage, your demo is coming Thursday. I'm working on it right now. It's on and popping, my friend. So that'll be given to you on Thursday. I'll have that ready for you. Andrea's saying, is it ever appropriate to call before you send the email? Andrea, with so many different things that people ask me, it's always, everything is a test to me. Until you try, you don't know. So I'm going to tell you, try. First of all, there's nothing wrong with a cold call. There's nothing wrong. It could lead to the email. It could lead to an appointment or whatever. So go ahead, make the call. But you guys got to stop being so scared about, should I do this or just try it. Try it. See what happens. All right, guys. Love you guys so much. You guys are awesome and amazing. I'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day. So, you be blessed.